Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. Welcome if you're new. I'm Stacy and today is Sunday. It is 7 p.m. in the evening and I'm just getting to my Sunday sketch session. So yeah, here we are. I'm going to work in my nature book today. This is my nature sketchbook. It is, I did a little nature scene on the front of it with a couple of leaves and Posca pen. And then the back cover is also Posca pen, a little snowy nature scene, so that I know that this is for nature focused practice, being anything from scenes to pears, fruit, flower, anything that can grow. So today we're going to flip to a new page and center it in the camera. Make the camera focus on something other than nothing. There we go. Here's zoom out just a skosh more. I have out my pastels because I really think I'm going to do, I taped the paper off here. You can barely see that, but I did tape the paper off at the bottom. I have a scene picked out that I want to do down here and one up here, and then we're going to do plants, I think, over here, or whatever pops up in the feed. I think I'm going to start with putting in the sky. My whites are not in here. I have several trays of pastels. These are my Mungyo Handmades, and these are my Prismacolor NuPastels, which inevitably my Mungyo Handmades end up being in. Oh, there's my white one. It's right there. It's okay. Just set those over there. I'm gonna start with a pale blue, I think, and kind of just put in a little bit of cloudy, super cloudy sky. Down to about there. Yeah. Kind of right there. Whoa. I had a relaxing day today. Slept in, made food, ate food, chilled in the living room, watched a movie. I watched on Amazon Prime, Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris, I think is the name of the movie. It was a cute story. It was uplifting and heartwarming kind of story. Watched that, came back, did some sketching, some drawing actually. Two of my videos that are coming up are they're going to be time-lapsed because each piece took 2 hours to do, but I have a couple of frog color pencil pieces time-lapse coming up. Let's see. This might be a little bit too dark, but that's okay. We'll carry on. So I did that. Did a little workout, took a little shower, and now it's, it's getting late. We'll go in with the white over the top, maybe. Pull that in on the back there. Get in a little cloud texture. This paper is just my sketchbook. It doesn't really have a lot of tooth, so it's probably not gonna let me get in, a lot of clouds, but I think the impression is enough, right? Sketchbook doesn't need to be a perfect finished piece, which I have to keep reminding myself of. Just want to play, do some loose sketching for a little while, and then I'm going to do Monday's art tutorial, which is going to be an oil pastel piece. So be on the lookout for that tomorrow. I'm going to do it tonight so that you guys have it for tomorrow. There we go. Do we want to get too much more crazy than that? I don't think so. Well, I do want to kind of pull it in like that, because this is someone's photograph that they took. And we have got tissue. I'll wipe my fingers off. I usually like to have a damp rag available when I'm doing pastels, but I wasn't thinking about doing pastels, so I don't have one right now. We're going to do little pastels. It's going to be a little mixed media down here. I'm going to come in here and get in the distance, smack center, but we're going to move it off to the side a little, is a lighthouse. And I'm just going to sketch it in real quick, just the impression. I don't want to get too detailed with this rendering right here. I just want to have a little bit of fun. Get in the gist of the lighthouse, this little outbuilding down here, and then a little bit of stuff going on there, and I'm not sure what's happening there, but a little darkness right there, and then we'll just come down like that, little sketch like that. Alright, good enough. And our outbuilding is red. So while I have the pastels out, I might as well, right? Why not? There we go. And maybe we could a little bit of it there. And it is framed by an up-close picture of driftwood. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to have to wipe this off pretty regularly while I'm up here in the clouds. A bit of driftwood right here. Just pull that down. And generally, this is a plastic nib pen. It's not a fine liner. You would pretty much ruin a fine liner doing this. Just so you're aware, if you do have fine liners that you love and use regularly, you might not want to use them over the top of chalk. You know, just so you know. I will come down out there. There's another piece of driftwood in front of this one, shaped all funky. And driftwood comes in all the shapes, so you can pretty much make this whatever you want it to be, and then into the sand right there. So if you're looking for an uplifting movie, I can recommend that movie to you guys. I did watch, last night I had a movie marathon. I sat on the couch and watched, well, I was on the phone with my daughter for quite some time, and then I wasn't really in the mood to draw anymore, so I decided to plop on some movies before my HBO Max gets turned off, because I turned that off. And I have a few more days on it, so I decided to watch a few of the movies I've been putting off because they're not like priorities or anything by any means. So I watched Geostorm, which was okay. And I finally watched Moonfall, I think is what it's called, where the moon is a giant dwarf star. It's a alien made, and the reason why our planet exists is because those aliens seed planted our planet, made our planet basically. It was alright. It was a little cheesy in some spots. I like sci-fi, but I mean, and I can suspend belief for quite far, but a little of it was forced acting and a little cheesy. But if you're looking for something just to pop on and in the background to have on later doing stuff, it's not too bad. I watched 3 movies last night. What's the other one that I watched? I did say I had a movie marathon. I thought about watching the John Wick movies because I want to go see John Wick 4, but wasn't really feeling John Wick last night. Not that I don't love Keanu, because I do. Had a crush on him for quite some time. You know, since youth. But yeah, what was the other movie I watched? I'm not going to remember now. It's annoying. There's another end of days one with, Greenland. That one was also okay. It's just one of those end of days movies that, because I kind of veer towards those kinds of stories quite often. And it was alright. It wasn't, you know, amazing at all, but worth the watch. Worth the watch. So, yeah. That was last night. I went to bed at like 2 in the morning. Slept in today. Just had a pretty chill weekend overall, actually. I wasn't really feeling... I mean, I do need to do laundry still. I went down to check the washer to see if it was open just now, and I was thwarted once again, so... Someone had just put their laundry in. So, no laundry for tonight. I will do it first thing in the morning when everyone goes into the office and there's hardly anyone around. Because I work from home, so I can just go down and run it in and put it in while I'm, you know, take a break, run down, put laundry in, that kind of thing. Which is kind of nice. I don't know what's going on here, but got all kinds of crazy. I didn't bother blowing the photo up at all to make it like super amazing detailed, because I get too lost in details and I won't finish the piece, or I'll spend too much time on it. Okay, and then there's a little bit of right there, and then there's another piece of driftwood right here, but I don't know if I want to put that one in. There's a bunch of rocks in the sand, like close up, round, smooth rocks in the sand. All shapes and sizes. Do that. Put this guy in. Some of them are on the sand raised up and some of them are pressed down in. Doesn't need to be perfect. I'm just going for the gist of it all. I've got some grasses growing up on that hillside. And then there's pine trees in the background back here, like that, and just wiggly marks. Doesn't need to be an actual pine tree. You can just put in like the the idea of a pine tree, like that. Normally you don't see a lot of pine trees around the actual lighthouse like that, right? Any lighthouse people out there? There's some more tree action over here. I'm almost done with my current Adrian's Undead Diary, book 4. So, yeah, I've been listening to that. That's what I listened to while I was doing the frog drawings, because I knew they were going to take forever. And I didn't want to narrate a 2-hour, 3-hour drawing session. Sometimes my color pencil pieces are a lot longer. They are, take several days, 4 to 8 hours. Just depends what I'm drawing, of course, but yeah. So there's that. Let's put in a little bit more, set that aside. Let's do a little, I don't want to go that dark. Let's do this guy. A little sand color down here. Like that. Okay, and then, oops, down there. And then we'll smoosh that around. Technical terminology, smooshing. Like so. A little bit of distant greenery. Why not? Trees. Like that. Maybe a little green darkness there. And just a touch of light on top. And leave it loose and sketchy like that, because it's fun. Yeah. I kind of dig that. That's fun, right? I do feel like my lighthouse needs to be a color now, though. Maybe we'll put some red stripes on him. Like that. Reads more as a lighthouse. I dig it. Okay. And the next thing I wanted to draw is another landscape. Do I want to do this? Or let's do this first. Let's do our skyline. It's a reflection in water. So, got a little, I mean, ideally you would not put your horizon line in the center of your drawing, but sometimes it works, right? It is your art piece. The rules are meant to be broken, just so as you know. And there's some mountains back there, long, low mountains like that. And there's a piece of like crystal clear right there. And then we have trees. Let's see. Let's put in our trees. There's a bunch of trees here. So if we put trees here, then we need to put trees here. Right? Okay. Like that. And we'll put a little tree here. And then there's a bit of it there. I've got trees over here. and you can't really tell what's going on, so just a bunch of squiggles is really all you need to convey like a distant tree line. It doesn't need to be, especially in your sketchbook, it doesn't need to be like the be all end all, you know? And then down here, try to get your shapes about the same, you know? Roughly. Like that. And then like that. There. And then over here, we have just more trees. They can be as defined or as sparse as you want them to be. Over here, up here, and then maybe down here we've got a couple of piney aspen type trees, like a little grove of them. Let's get those scribbled in. It was supposed to be, it was like 30 something today. It was up almost to 70 yesterday. I sat on the patio, had some really nice patio time yesterday. It's time to start going for walks every day again, which is great. I'm super jazzed about that. And I'll put a little tree here, like that. Okay. And down here, I want to get in basically the same shape, right? But it's supposed to be in the high 50s, low 60s for the next couple of days. So I'm going to go for my mile walk at noon and my mile walk at 5. And then, let's see here. Yeah, that'll help with my mood, my weight gain, keeping me healthy and busy. Back to my vegan diet, which is awesome. Okay, so there's our sketch of the tree line, the distant mountains, and the reflection in the water. Next, we're gonna play with pastels again. Next, I'm gonna get in here with. I'm going to start, this is a fairly uniform sky with a couple clouds in it. So I'm going to just do that there. And then remember, what happens up top needs to happen down the bottom. And then take the lighter blue, kind of blend that out a bit. Like that. Okay. And then those two together just to create that smoother, crisp blue sky, like so. Same thing down here and there. Blend that all out. And then I do want a little, I want to tone it down a little bit up here. I'm going to take this gray and put it in just a skosh. Just a skosh. Kind of like that. And we have some clouds back here across that line. And they can be any shape you want them to be, because no one sees your reference photo but you. But generally your clouds, the closer they are to you, the bigger, chunkier, more detailed they are. The farther away they are, the skinnier they are. And that helps give you a little bit of depth in your piece, which is nice. Let's soften that a little bit. And then put these clouds, at least a suggestion of them down here, right? In the water, like so. That gray got a little too dark for me, so let's go back over and scrape a blue and blend that in like that. And the leftover on my finger, just going to come in and tap on my clouds a little bit. Okay. Now our background mountains. Well, usually I do them purpley. Let's go, yeah, let's go purpley. Between the trees, like that, come down. Like that. Okay. And then maybe a little foreground color as well. And here's where be careful with what you do in the water. We don't want to leave it out, but you don't want to go too crazy either. There. And then maybe a touch of green. Especially on our trees, maybe. Why not? Good times. And then come down here, get in your wiggly marks. Just a suggestion. There. And then, because this is water down here, take your finger and just swoosh like that. And a little blend in there. And there's that bright spot there, which I don't want to leave the white of the paper. I don't want it to be too bright. There. That's a little better. Okay. And then, because this is, whoops, water, I'm going to get a couple little textures like that. Okay. And I like it. I need a little blending tool for this background part. I'm going to soften this stuff back here. This will pick up some of your pastel too, just so you're aware. Kind of blend it in and fill in all the white marks on the page, why not? Yeah, I dig it. Okay, and there's that sketch. Once again, dirty fingers. Dirty, dirty. Ooh, oh, a poof cloud. Go ahead and take the tape off these guys. Off this one. And then, because I put tape between these two, there'll be a nice clean border on the bottom of that one on the top, which I enjoy. I like to do spreads like this where you've got different things going on, where they're separated by a nice crisp border. I like that. Okay, let's set the pastels aside for now. Scooch this guy over so that I can work on this side without smudging that side. Give myself a little bit of elbow room. What do we want to do? Well, the next thing up is a flower. Do I want to do a flower? We could do a pear. Alright, we're going to do the pear. In pen. I'm going to draw a pear in pen. Do I want to do it in pen? Yeah, we're going to draw it out in pen. Alright. It's a funky shaped pear too. I'm pretty sure it's a pear. I haven't had pears in a long time. Look at it in its basic pear-like shape. Kind of there. And then got the stem coming down here, like that. Just kind of poking out a little bit there. There's leaves there, so we'll leave that alone. This kind of comes up like that. Okay. Got a little shape going on right there. Pears are fairly speckled as well. They have long, I don't know if I want to put in all the speckles, but they have kind of elongated, well this one does. Not all pears are speckled, I don't think. There's a high shine right about there. So I'm going to leave that alone. And there's kinds of speckles going through there. Alright, let's get in our leaves. Well, let's put the stem in first. That makes more sense. Got our gnarly looking stem coming up. It's very textured. There's a little knobby thing going out like that. And then down. It's pretty bright on this side. It's pretty shadowy over here. So we'll do heavier lines on that side. I've got a little bit of that business happening. A little bit of shadow on that side over there. Like that, okay? And then there's the top of our, where it got yanked off the tree, right? So part of a tree. Well, I mean, you guys know if you've ever picked a pear or apple or any kind of tree fruit. And if you haven't, I recommend, you know, getting out in an orchard of some sort and picking some fruit. We used to pick blueberries when we were kids, strawberries, corn. Well, I grew up in farm country too, so makes sense, right? And then Then we have our kind of dried leaf stems coming out like this, and then there's this leaf. Let's see. Yeah, I'll put it right here. Coming down like that. You can hear my neighbors moving around. Sorry if you can hear that. Apartment life. What are you gonna do? Yell at them? I'm shooting a video! I don't think that's a good idea. Could you quiet down? I don't think that'd go over very well. Alright, I'm gonna pull this guy out into there, and it kind of comes around like that. It's kind of layered on top of this leaf, so there's a really dark pocket right here. Or it could be the trees, the wind blowing, or the birds mucking about up in the eaves. Or a critter in the ceiling, you never know. I don't know if they've done their yearly get out of the ceiling cleaning of critters yet this year. These kind of go this way, like that. And this one's kind of coming around. Just a few lines to indicate which way that's going. And we got dark right here. And the rest of this leaf is coming from up here, around. There's a little breakage. And then I have chalk on the screen, so I can't see what's happening. Comes down. Oh, this is a separate leaf in the back, like that. This is all shadow right here. If you're using a pen, I recommend cross-hatching for deep shadows, just so that it reads as a shadow and not a shape. Like that. It comes kind of straight through like that. There's a little bit more shadowing happening right there. And this leaf is very speckled. So we'll do that. Get in that break. Like that. Okay, there's that part. Up into there. How's it looking? Meh. Not terrible. We have so many, like, there's so many leaves going on through here, and stems flowing up like this. And there's another one flowing down and in through there. Got another leaf back there, which has shadow from the pear on it. Right? And then let's go over here. This one's kind of coming out from behind and down. And I move my hand way back on the pen so that I don't have as much tight control. It helps with doing organic shapes in a sketchy fashion. Got another leaf here, and the stem comes around like that, and up, and there. general direction. And our leaf is there and there. Then I have another one that's kind of curling right here. It's underneath this one. It's right here. Going up. And comes in behind. The shape's a little off, but that's alright. There's a stem there. And this one, and here's where you get your indication of what's where. You put your direction lines in like that. And this kind of curls like that. Give it an edge. There's a shadow here. That. This one kind of goes like that. This is all in shadow right here. The shape of this leaf right there. Like that. And then this is curling out this way. And in, down, and back that way. This one is going this way. And we got this guy going back like that. There. Alright. And so that our pear is not floating in the air, let's give it a little bit of sitting on a wood surface, so let's give it a little bit of texture, and then shadow over here, like that. And then surface of that table can end there. Okay. There's our ink sketch of a pear. Do we want to put color on it? Kind of a little bit, huh? What do we want to use? Not pastels, because this I'm going to put tissue paper on so it doesn't smudge on here. Let's do... La, la, la. I don't really want to do those. Let's do a little bit of these. I have colored pencils out. I have all kinds of colored pencils out right now. There's my weird, there's that gold one. And there's this purpley one. And then we'll take this Derwent Chroma Flow yellow. And then maybe a green. Let's get this, a couple of greens. There we go. There's a collection of colors for our pear. Let's see what we can do with these. Let's see what kind of damage we can do. Let's start with the yellow. And we'll just side the pencil, light pressure, color in our pear with a base color of Chroma Flow yellow. What is this? Amber Gold 02 Derwent Chroma Flow pencil. Because I mean, pears aren't usually like just yellow, right? A lot of times they have green in them. Sometimes there's a hint of pink. Maybe when I go to the grocery store, I'll pick up some fresh fruits and veggies to draw from life. That's always fun. I'm going to the store on Friday. So next Sunday sketch session, we'll draw some Fruit from life. How about that? Would that be fun? Let me know in the comments below if that's interesting to you. I'm gonna, nope, not mint. I'm gonna take the green and I'm gonna put in some little dots. And over here gets to be in shadow, right about there. And there's shadow here and through there. A little bit of color there. Color pencils are fun to use in your sketchbook because A, you can get some decent scribbly practice in with, you know, popping in color and deepening and layering, and you don't have to worry about it being perfect. It can be messy. Your sketchbook can be super messy if you want it to be. I mean, some of my pictures in my sketchbook are very finished, but a lot of them aren't. A little bit of gold. Getting some indications of speckles on our pear. And like I said, you don't have to put all of them in because it'll read as a pear. If you just put a few in, your eye is going to finish it. Like your eye is going to fill in all the, oh yeah, that's a pear information. This has a little bit of pink in it, so let's grab a pink as well. Do I have a pink? I do not. I have this, well, it might be a little too purpley. Too magenta. Oh, screw it. We'll do it anyways. Put a little magenta on it. Why not? It's in the shadowy sections too, so we can go ahead and... Plus, it's just interesting to throw in a color that's not there but there. Does that make sense? It can be a shadow color that's not a traditional shadow color. I love to do that. That's a lot of fun. Like that. See? Interest. Take it. Take it. You can go ahead and drop some of that down here too, why not? Why not? Indeed. Alright, and then I'll take that gold, put that down here, just for fun, like that. Fun, fun, fun. Okay, and I have this, what are you? Blooming Viola. We're going to use the Blooming Viola in the shadowy parts on the leaves, but let's put in some green first. I got too much going on in my hand. Let's put in some of this muted soft green first as like a light scribbly base color. Not filling everything in, just a light scribbly base color like that to indicate where our leaves are. And then we can put some actually in the dark areas on our stem right there. Okay, I'd like a little gold right here as well. Yeah, that looks awesome. Alright, I dig the gold. This is a good one. Oh, it's light ochre. It's reading as gold to me, and I like metallics, so there you go. Yeah, I dig that. And don't forget that when you're doing color pencil piece, if you're going to do them scribbly, line direction matters because it will inform shape, right? Oh, that looks cool. I dig it. Alright, moving on. let's put a little bit of this there, and then I think I want a little bit of it on my stems for my leaves as well, like this, and there, there, and then maybe a little of the mint, just for fun. I'm just loose and having fun with color now. I do love coloring in. It is quite fun. Good. Yeah, alright, yeah, I dig that little bit of green down there. That little splash right there, that's cool. I think I'm going to put a little bit of it here. There. And a little touch down here. Like that. And then a skosh over here. Yeah, I dig that. Alright. Now let's get our leaves in. Take this mint. And I'm going to put it along some of the edges. Like this. Scribble it in there. Scribble it in here. And then I'm going to take, let's see, this purple. Oh, I'm going to put in our shadows. Like that. The back of this one has a little shadow on it. Like that. This has shadow down here. Then it goes kind of between, like the shapes of the veins of the leaf, kind of like that. So that's fun, right? And then this shadow can be nice and dark right there. And push this leaf back like that. Just to differentiate which leaf is which, put in a little bit of yellow on that one, and go over that yellow with the olive green. Gently kind of mist, scribbly mist over the top of that yellow. It'll tone it down, but it's still, if you scribble, it still peeks through and gives that indication of separate leaves right there, which is awesome. This leaf has a bit of purple on it, so we can incorporate some of that color into our leaf over here. Kind of back there and into the stem. I dig that. Maybe a little bit back here. And right here. And take our olive and gently skim over the top of this and make it solid. Like that. Cool. I'm digging the scribbly nature of this piece. Anybody else? Anybody else digging my weird color choices? It's fun. Tell you what. I tell you what. Throw that in. And then maybe a touch of gold on this guy to bring it forward as the foremost leaf in the group, like that. And the back of this one's pretty gold, and then this edge is pretty bright on this one too. So we'll do that. And we'll take our olive And gently mist over the top of this one. Don't want to go too dark. I'm not interested in obliterating my yellow, but I want a uniform. I want this to be a little more uniform. So we'll do that, like that. And then get in here and get that shadow in. Like that. Okay, then maybe a little more gold on top. How's that? And there's our pear sketch. I'm gonna take, I think I'll take this purple and kind of, or whatever this is. This is Blooming Viola. Kind of gently tone down that gold down here. Yeah, I like that better. Tone down our gold. Ta-da! A pear. That was fun. I kind of like the pear best of all. What do you got? Which one do you guys like the best? Do you like the scenery? Do you like the silly pear situation? Kind of digging the pear situation myself. Yeah, so there's our sketch session for today. I'm very relaxed now, feeling very up and happy and creative, which puts me in a great frame of mind to do my next video. I really feel like I should put something dark down here. Maybe we'll take this. I'm going to turn the whole sketchbook. I'm going to give it a little spin, just because it gives me that little bit of elbow room that I need. Maybe not dark, maybe just a tone. Like that. Like that. And maybe take the gold and give it additional little tint. So it does look like part of the box or table or whatever this pear is sitting on. Maybe it's on the bottom of a box at the farmer's market. Maybe. Oh yeah, that's better. Okay. I would go even darker with it, but I need to stop because I have other things to do today. I have other things. And I feel pretty good about this whole situation. So yeah. Let me know what you think in the comments below of today's sketch session. Which one of the three is your favorite? Do you use pastels in your sketchbooks? I totally do. You probably shouldn't because they smudge everywhere, but I don't care. I'll take a piece of tissue paper and tape it in here so that it covers this and it doesn't bleed over here and smudge too much. But yeah, I had fun. I hope you stuck around through the whole video. If you did, don't forget to thumbs up, like, subscribe if you're new. I would love to see you in the comments below in a future video. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.